Okay, when you get your boutonniere kit, this is what it will look like. You'll have the box that the boutonniere will go in. You'll have a couple little ribbons. This ribbon will be based on what you choose. The other one's just a standard that goes into all of them. You'll get 2 fake leaves. You can choose to use these fake wired leaves, or you can go ahead and do real leaves, and you would just need to wire those. A couple wires for your flowers, your green tape, a pin for your boutonniere, and then you can also get a magnet if you prefer to not pin it on. It's another option you can do. And if you decide to do that, we will have another follow-up tutorial after you've made your boutonniere, how to attach the magnet and to work the magnet so that you don't break apart your boutonniere trying to put it on, because the magnets are really strong. So we'll talk about that in the next tutorial. So for right now, these are the items. We'll set aside this and the pin because we're not going to use those at the moment. Of your own items, you will need a glue gun, a pair of scissors, and flowers. With this one in particular, I am using one single flower. I'm not doing any filler flower. I'm not doing anything extra besides what comes with the kit. So you could go pick a flower out of your yard if you have a good looking one, and you can make it work completely with the kit that we have. For right now, I'm going to set aside the glue gun, and we will go ahead and start. The first thing you need to do is cut the stem of your flower. So because it's a little softer, the stem tends to be a little softer on these big Gerber daisies. I am going to leave it just a little bit longer to give you some stability there. When you wire these, because it's a little bit softer, I would go a little deeper into the base, not just through the stem itself. Just go right into the base and pull it about midway, and then you'll just fold it, and you have some extra stability with your wire with the longer stem that you left. You won't see anything coming up through the flower even though you went farther through the base. Now that that's done, you go ahead and take your green tape. You'll hold it into position on the top of your flower, and then the green tape is stretchy, so you stretch and twist as you put it on, and that will hold everything into place and hide the wire. So we went ahead and did that. So here's your only flower you're working with. So we're not even going to worry about the other 2 wires that come in it. We're going to add on just a couple of the fake leaves. Because they're wired, you just kind of bend them to position you want, and then you wrap the wire around to hold it into place. And I'm going to put them kind of on opposite sides just for looks. I just like the look of that. Again, when you're making your corsages and boutonnieres, it's all about what you like. So if you would prefer to put them closer together, you can do that. I just like it a little more separate. And then we'll take our green tape and cover all the wires that are hiding again, or that are exposed again, so that they are hidden. And the last couple items in the kit are the ribbons. This one, I really like to add just a little bit of an accent with this ribbon. And you can do a few different things. You can twist the ribbon like this and just add it on the side, so it's just a little accent down here. You can bring it up over the top of some of the flower, and you got to just make sure that you have a little bit on each side that you can wire in, or not wire in, that you can tape in, I'm sorry. So for this flower, because of the specific size of the flower, I'm just going to add just a little bit of an accent down here. It won't be much that you can see, but it's just enough to know that you added a little bit of an extra amount. We'll take the edge of the tape and just tape those exposed edges of the ribbon in. And I just totally moved that one. Let's put that back where I wanted it. Okay. So we'll go ahead and just tape that on. And then you can kind of tug and pull and make it sit the way you want it to sit. Again, it's just going to be a little bit of a hanging accent down there. And then there's two options with the boutonniere. You can choose to curl up the edge. I'm not going to today. I'm going to do the ribbon wrap around the base of it. So because I'm doing that, we're going to go ahead and cut this just a little bit shorter. I just cut off all the bottom wires, and then we're going to wrap tape just a little bit more tape down around the bottom and cover down totally around the base. Just pull and twist and wrap it as tight as you can. So now you have your completed boutonniere, and we're gonna add on this little bit of ribbon. To add the ribbon, I start with a little bit of glue here on the bottom. Now I am working with hot glue. Some people have the cool temp ones. I've got a hot one here, so I don't want to touch right where it has been glued. So I'm just going to hold it there for a second without touching the actual spot and let it, now that it's sat there for a minute, it shouldn't be hot anymore. So I'm just going to make sure everything's on there tight, and then we're just going to continuously wrap up to the whole green section of your flower. Now when you get near the top, you're going to want to put another little dab of your hot glue and pull the ribbon over that hot glue to hold it into place. And it's hot again, so I'm going to let it sit there for a minute, let it cool for a second while it holds into place. I'm trying to decide, yeah, that's cool enough now that I could kind of just touch it down and make sure it's tight. Then I'm going to take the ribbon. I wrap it, for me to wrap it, I wrap it all the way around, and I pull the ribbon up through and kind of just give it a little bit of a knot right there on the top. And again with that, to hold it into place, you can add one more little dab of glue up in there and just kind of pull it tight, hold it into place. If you're worried about touching it, again, because you're using hot glue, you can grab the edge of your, just kind of glue it down, hold it into place. Once you know that it's cooled, you can touch. Or if you've got the cool temp, use the cool temp. Then you got a little bit hanging. I like to leave a little bit just for the color value, and we'll just cut a little bit right there, and you've got just your little bit of ribbons, your flower, your few leaves that you can adjust to be however you'd like positioned, and that is your full boutonniere. Then you can take your boutonniere box and grab out that pin, and the pin just goes straight through that stem and can hold right on, and you can position that into your boutonniere box, and there you've got it.